It happened during one of the worst storms I've ever driven through in my life. I was working late that night, trying to squeeze in one more Uber Eats delivery before heading home. The app rerouted me down a back road somewhere near rural Pennsylvania. No street lights, barely any signal, just miles of cracked asphalt and thick trees clawing at the sides. The rain started coming down sideways, and thunder was booming so loud it felt like it was rattling my bones. I could barely see through the windshield, even with the wipers going full blast. When the GPS froze and the phone blinked off, I panicked and looked for shelter to pull over and wait it out. That's when I saw a small, rotting wooden structure just off the road. It looked like a shed, maybe a barn. I didn't care. I pulled in beside it, killed the...
But I'm not gonna lie, I'm taking this storm every day of the week. I'm not going to no fucking barn. I'm telling you right now, that shit's dead as hell. Nigga, you stop in the middle of a storm to go into a barn in the middle of nowhere, my nigga, you were tripping.
The engine and ran through the storm toward the only dry spot for miles. The second I stepped inside, I knew something was off.
No
the
shit.
smell of wet hay, mold, and something else, like decay, hit my nostrils. The air felt thick, almost difficult to breathe. The inside of the shed was dark except for the occasional flicker of lightning slicing through the gaps in the wood. I flicked my lighter to see around a little more clearly, and I almost had a heart attack. Someone was inside the barn already. Who's there? An old woman hunched over in the corner, scattering handfuls of moldy oats on the dirt floor. She wore a ripped shawl over her shoulders, soaked and clinging to her skin. Her gray hair hung in tangled ropes down her back. I nearly jumped. "Sorry," I said. "I'm just taking shelter for a few minutes. I'll leave once the rain eases up." She didn't look at me. She just kept mumbling.
The horses hate going hungry.
I glanced around. The shed was empty. No animals, no stalls, no hay bales. But the floor was covered in deep, fresh-looking hoof prints. Some still had water pooling in them, like they'd been made just minutes ago. But there were no horses. I told myself maybe this woman was just mentally unwell, maybe a squatter. I decided to stay near the entrance and not get involved. That's when she started coughing. Not a normal cough, something wet and gagging. She dropped to her knees, clutching her throat. "Ma'am?"
Hell no.
I took a step forward.
Yo, and the fact that you getting closer to that shit, you're fucking weird, Monica. I'm not gonna cap. Any crazy mentally ill person, I'm not like I feel bad, but I'm not getting close to you at all. I'm just not getting close to you. Like I feel like if I get grabbed, you're not letting go, and that's enough right there to freak me the fuck up, nigga. I'm just gonna leave you alone.
Unsure what to do. "Are you feeling all right?" She continued coughing. She could barely speak. Just when I thought she was going to faint, she started pulling something from her mouth.
See, right there, tripping, nigga. Like, feel me? I feel like every mentally crazy nigga got power, some sort of power, some shit that normal humans cannot do. This right here, that's one of them. I don't know what ability this is. I don't know what achievement she unlocked, but this is one of them.
It was long, black hair, strand after strand, like it had been stuffed deep inside her throat. Her eyes welled up with tears as she gagged and whispered.
They said I was possessed. I was just sick.
Nigga, fuck no, hell no, nigga. Until you can find a sickness, until what the fuck you just got sick with, I'm not believing that shit. Hey, nigga, I'm not believing that shit no matter what. You just threw up some hair. And it wasn't like it was like a tiny bit. That nigga threw a whole bundle of weave. I'm not believing that shit. You nigga, you possessed. I don't go fuck.
Her body convulsed once, twice, then everything stopped. She slowly turned her head toward me, and I swear to God her eyes rolled back completely white, and her voice, it wasn't hers anymore. It was as if something else was speaking within her.
You brought them back.
Her jaw slowly stretched to a wide
Gone.
hollow, and I screamed into
Gone.
the night. The shed groaned as thunder cracked overhead. I didn't wait to understand what she meant. I turned and sprinted into the storm, not even looking back.
Boy, that adrenaline would have had me run like a cheetah. I would not have got caught, I'm telling you.
I jumped in my car, fumbled with my keys, and peeled off that property like my life depended on it. It probably did. Even after getting home, I couldn't shake it. The voice, the hair, the hoof prints. I kept thinking about what she said.
They said I was possessed.
I spent half the night looking it up. The shed, I learned, was part of an abandoned property tied to a story from 1994. A woman had lived there, young, schizophrenic, reportedly hearing voices and harming herself. Her family didn't trust doctors. Instead, they called in a group of rogue priests to perform an exorcism. It got
No, look at this nigga right here. Look at the black nigga, bro. He don't even know what the fuck he's seeing right now. That nigga confused as shit. He knew he should not took this job.
out of hand. They tied her to a wooden beam and beat her with Bibles, starved her, and forced her to drink holy.
Nigga, is that legal? Nigga, I know. Wait, them niggas not in prison right now. They literally just got information that these niggas beat this bitch, tied her up, whipped her, and starved her. If they not in prison, nigga, I'm breaking the law right now.
Water until she choked. They said she was possessed by demons. She died 3 days later, bruised, broken, and disfigured. There were photos from the police investigation. One of them showed her body. Her face was smeared with moldy oats. After that, no one touched the property. Locals say her spirit still fed the horses. Sometimes, if you got close enough, you would see hoof prints circling the shed, but you would never see any actual horses. They said anyone who heard her say,
The horses are hungry.
would eventually start hearing it too. That line chilled me because she didn't just say it once. When I tried to sleep that night, every time thunder rumbled outside, I swear I heard a dull clop, clop, clop coming from my driveway. The next day, I went to
It's too early for this. Where's my dog at?
check my car, and there were muddy hoof prints on the hood. I moved apartments within a week, threw out the car, and changed numbers. I don't drive Uber Eats anymore, but occasionally, when it rains, really rains, I'll wake up in the middle of the night and smell oats. Wet, rotting oats. And faintly, just faintly, I'll hear them. Clop. Clop.
Sometimes we gotta learn in life that being a pacifist for other niggas is not beneficial to your health. I'm just gonna keep it a buck right there, nigga. Like, you feel me? If you see someone sick, I'm not saying it. You feel me? You shouldn't help them. All I'm saying is, you shouldn't help them. Like I'm not. Like, no. Like that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like you should not help them without taking like precaution, my nigga. Like, you feel me? Like, you feel me? Look around. You feel me? Try to see the situation. Nigga, and if it look like it's out your skill level, get the fuck out of there. That's all I gotta say.
She wasn't feeding imaginary horses. She was keeping them from starving.
Cause she starved as a human, so she making sure the horses don't starve like she did. Still not saving you.
I drive for Uber Eats to help pay the bills. Most deliveries are boring. Drive, drop off, smile. But what happened on a Thursday night downtown changed me forever. It started like any other delivery, a double cheeseburger meal to an apartment in a rundown building on the edge of the city. It was the kind of place that had damp walls and peeling wallpaper. As I walked up the narrow stairwell, the hairs on the back of my neck stood up. Something about the quiet was wrong. Still, I knocked on the door. The guy who opened it barely cracked it an inch. I only
Nigga, what the fuck is that?
saw part of his face. Thin, pale skin.
Bro, stop adding these One Piece characters to the show, bro. Like, I'm so like, what, nigga? We just doing anything with these player bills.
Stretched tight over sharp cheekbones with acne all over. He had no eyebrows, a bulbous bald head, and gloomy eyes that looked like he was suffering from some disease. Here's your order, sir. He snatched the bag from my hand and looked inside to check something. Then he looked up at me with an expressionless face and hissed, "You forgot the sauce!"
I would have hit that nigga with the, oh yeah, I left in the car, be right back. I'm not coming back. I'm not gonna care. Ain't gonna lie. Don't let that nigga touch you. If you let that nigga touch you, you're dead. It's up. I'm gonna let you go. You're done for. Do not let that nigga touch you, bro. You gonna faint. You feel me? Your body's just gonna collapse. Do not let the nigga touch you.
I checked the receipt. No mention of extra sauce. Sorry, I can check my car really quick. Maybe it fell out. He didn't respond and slammed the door in my face. I turned and headed down the hallway.
Hell no.
That's when I felt a jab in my lower back, and everything went black.
You turned your back on that nigga? I'm not gonna lie, anyone that fucking hideous and that angry at life and yelling at me for some sauce, nigga, I would have been looking back like these every fucking second while I'm walking out that fucking apartment, nigga. I'm not gonna capture you. And then what did I just say? I said if you let that nigga touch you, gonna faint. Now look at you in the bathtub. I don't even know what that shit on your face is, but now you're in the bathtub.
I woke up in a bathtub. The cold porcelain brushed against my skin as I tried to move. My ankles were zip-tied, wrists bound in front. The room stank of mildew and metal. My face felt sticky, like something had been applied to it. When I looked in the mirror above the tub, I almost screamed. Someone had smeared sauce across my face like war paint. It was a mix of ketchup, mustard, and something
I
else.
would have threw up. Ain't what nigga finna eat you?
I started panicking because everything about my situation screamed death. Hello? Anyone here? What's happening? My screams were interrupted by a distant humming. It was off-key and tuneless. All of a sudden, the bathroom door creaked open and the man stood there, holding a large kitchen knife in one hand and a rusted meat cleaver in the other. He wore a plastic apron and that same blank expression.
Well, this nigga is fucking hideous. I'm not gonna cap. Well, but look at his player build. This nigga look like Pinhead mixed with the aliens of aliens. Such a, the hell no, my nigga. That nigga cannot be real. Put a little bit of Jason Voorhees in that motherfucker. That's that nigga.
Sharpening the knives by rubbing them against each other, he spoke to me. Rise and shine, slow cooked or raw. You decide. He set the knives on a towel beside the tub and walked to a nearby counter where I saw cleaning supplies. There were bottles of drain cleaner, bleach, and ammonia resting on the counter. My mind raced. Was he going to eat me? He kept.
Nigga, what you think? Nigga, you got fucking ketchup, mustard, all type of shit on your face, and he come in talking about some raw or cooked. Nigga, what do you think?
Kept talking as he paced, humming and muttering. Whatever he said made no sense. One moment he spoke about people always rushing food, never appreciating flavor. And the next, he ranted about his mother and how she made him eat cold meals. It's time to fix things now. I've been dreaming about this moment for so long. A feeling of...
Nigga wanna eat me because he had a bad childhood. Nigga, go eat your fucking mother, nigga. Why you trying to eat me for?
harvesting fresh meat and then savoring it.
He drooling?
He was salivating while speaking. In my mind, my gut whispered, "Get out or he's going to kill you!" I shifted, slowly testing the zip ties. My left foot was a little loose, but without freeing my hands, I could do nothing. Suddenly,
Shit, nigga, I would have learned Muay Thai in that motherfucker. I would have learned Taekwondo expeditiously, nigga. I've had so many achievements unlocked in that situation. That nigga would have got Liu Kang bicycle kicked to the chest. I ain't gonna capture you. Like I'm not going down while I fight.
my eyes spotted the acid drain cleaner, thick red lettering, heavy duty. If I could just get to it. He leaned over to look at my face. "You got nice skin. Your skin would crisp up really well in the oven." I believed this was my only opportunity. I faked a sob and leaned toward him, making it seem like I was breaking down. "Please let me go. You don't want to do this." He crouched beside me, savoring the moment. His shoulders trembled as he laughed silently, but he had no idea what I was going to do next. I yanked my legs free from the zip ties.
There you go. Nigga hit that nigga in the chest with a fucking hammer kick. I don't know what the fuck that is, but yeah.
Man in the chest. He stumbled back, just far enough. I rolled onto my side, got up by supporting myself on the wall, and grabbed the bottle with my bound hands. With all the strength I had, I twisted the cap with my mouth. My lips burned from touching the acid, but I didn't care. "What are you doing? You can't get out! I'll..." He was about to lunge at me holding the knife when I splashed the drain cleaner, aiming for his face. "Ow! It burns! It burns!"
Smart.
The scream was unlike anything I'd ever heard. He clawed at his eyes, dropping the knife. I scrambled to my knees, slipping on the tiled floor as I saw blistering skin on his cheek. I bolted from the tub. I was set to make a run when he grabbed me by the shoulder and turned me to face him. Half of his face was melted, with his skeleton peering from underneath, but he couldn't hold on to me due to the pain. I freed my hands using the meat cleaver and ran down the hallway. The front door had 2 deadbolts, but only one was locked. Despite my fumbling fingers, I managed to open it. I ran barefoot into the street, waving my arms like a lunatic. A gas station clerk across the block saw me and ran out. I collapsed in front of him, sobbing, still smeared in sauce, zip-tied with blisters around my mouth. The clerk took me to the hospital, where they also called the cops. I told them every single detail I could remember about the man. The police found him hours later, half conscious, face ruined, still muttering about seasoning. His apartment had a fridge filled with meat, and it wasn't just from animals. I quit Uber Eats after that.
Nigga,
I
don't
can't
blame
even
you,
walk
nigga.
into a fast food joint without breaking into a sweat. Every so often, when I close my eyes, I still hear his voice. I often get nightmares where I see him next to my bed, wearing the plastic apron splattered in blood, holding 2 knives and sharpening them by rubbing them together. He grins ear to ear and then asks, "Slow cooked or raw? You decide."
And that just sounds like some shit you would hear on a One Piece episode for some reason. And that exact voice too. English dub Oz, that shit, nigga.
It was a rainy Thursday night, the kind where thunder rumbled through the windows and the lights flickered just enough to make you uneasy being home alone. I'd been living alone for years now.
Look at your face. You already look mad and the story just started. You deserve everything that comes to you.
Renting this 1-bedroom house a bit outside the city. I had just finished preparing dinner when I received the notification. Your Uber Eats driver is on his way. I assumed it was a mix-up or that someone nearby had typed the wrong address. Still, I locked my door and waited. I thought I'd politely decline the delivery and the driver would understand. 2 minutes later, a car pulled up. It was an ancient white sedan, not the usual Uber Eats vehicle. The individual who stepped out didn't quite seem like a delivery guy. He had no uniform or badge. Seeing him in a soaking...
What the fuck am I looking at? Nigga, is that Muzan? No, y'all cannot. That's a demon. That is a demon. Red eyes, black long. Yes, a demon.
brown hoodie and jeans soiled at the knees sent me into alert mode.
Hell no.
But when I noticed his hands, I saw he was carrying the iconic brown paper Uber Eats bag. He rang the doorbell. I opened the door just slightly, without letting my guard down.
Sorry, but I haven't...
It's good that you didn't like let your guard down, but why the fuck would you open the door in the first place, nigga? I would have hit that nigga with the leave it at the door. I'm not. What the fuck?
ordered anything. I think you got the wrong house.
You sure? He questioned, his grin making my skin crawl. It's already paid for. I just need to come in and set things up for you.
No, thank you.
I said,
Nigga, why haven't you ever seen an Uber driver come in your house and set things up, like set your meal up? I never seen that shit in my life. And if you ever let this shit happen to you, nigga, like I said, you just a dumbass. You feel me, nigga? Try better in the next life.
hastily, closing the door. Through the peephole, I watched him stroll slowly back to his car, but he didn't leave right away. He stood beside the car, staring at my house in the
Nigga, call the cops!
rain for at least 7 minutes before finally driving off. Breathing a sigh of relief, I told myself I needed to stop overthinking everything. Fast forward 2 hours, I was lying on my bed, watching my favorite YouTuber, IMR Scary Tales, when I heard glass shatter in the kitchen. I thought I'd check it out, but almost immediately I heard footsteps in the hallway. I locked my door and backed cautiously into my bedroom, my heart thumping. I slid beneath the bed, trying to calm my breathing. The footsteps were heavy, wet, and slow. I was shaking, wondering who it could be, when I heard the intruder speaking to himself in the dimly lit hallway. Gotta feed her. She needs to eat proper. Peeking through the keyhole, I saw it was the Uber Eats driver. He still carried the brown paper bag.
Why are we not calling the authorities right now, my nigga? Why you just gonna let that nigga do what he please?
The hallway light buzzed, flicking with every gust of wind battering the house. He was standing maybe 10 feet from my door, completely drenched, his soaked hoodie clinging to his gaunt frame. His head tilted like a confused animal, staring at the brown paper bag as if it were alive. Then, without a word, he reached inside. What he pulled out made my stomach drop.
What the
It
fuck
was a
is
sloppy,
that?
dark red blob, something that looked like pounded flesh. Entrails hung from it like ribbons, veins, bits of fur, maybe a tail. It reeked even through the keyhole. He raised it gently in both hands like a gift and whispered, "She needs to feed." Then
Call the cops! Hold on, no way.
he began walking toward my bedroom door. His steps were slow but deliberate, making sticky squelching sounds on the wooden floor.
She just
a
wanted
trail
to-
of blood followed him, dripping steadily from his hand. As he got closer,
This nigga fucking moonwalking to your doorstep, to your bedroom doorstep, and you just looking at that nigga, with dead in his eyes while he do it too. No authorities is called.
I could see it clearly. Matted fur stuck to what looked like a dead animal, maybe a cat. Its face was crushed in. He paused outside the door, then started kicking it. The door shuddered violently. I let out a gasp I couldn't hold back. "I said you need to feed!" He shrieked, his voice cracking like a child's tantrum.
That
He
nigga's a
pounded with
maniac.
his fists, rattling the knob, screaming and howling. I grabbed my phone with trembling hands and dialed 911.
Nigga, accept. Nigga, did 911 call you? Hell no. No, hell no. Your ass cannot be, but hell no. How the fuck did 911 call you? You was that slow to call 911 that they called you, my nigga. Hit that motherfucker on the phone like, yeah, we see you in a situation and shit, my nigga. I don't know what took you so long to call us and shit, but we gonna be on our way. Cause ain't no fucking way your dumb ass just let this happen.
One, whispering in a frantic rush.
Someone's in my house. He broke in. He's trying to get into my room.
Bitch, we know that. We don't know why you didn't call us sooner, but like we said, we are on our way. Help will be there, and we are on our way.
He's not normal.
Suddenly, the lock gave way with a loud pop. The door slammed open so hard it dented the wall, and there he stood, eyes wide with feverish excitement, teeth stained, the rotten mess still in his hands.
Okay, I know at the beginning of the story I said you deserve everything that coming your way. I take that back. No, I don't wish this on my worst enemy. What the fuck did I just see? That's a demon.
Feverish excitement, teeth stained, the rotten mess still in his hands. I tried to run, but he was too fast. He grabbed my hair and yanked me backward so hard I hit the ground with a thud. I screamed and flailed, but he straddled me,
Oh my
forcing
God.
the cold,
Oh,
furry
oh.
mass into my texture, cut
I'm
the
not
inside
gonna
of my cheek.
lie. I'm sorry. I'm skipping this part. What the fuck? That nigga eating New York rats.
The ground as he knelt beside me. His eyes were huge and glassy, lost in a world of their own. "Uber Eats fired me," he muttered. "Said I was too slow, that I couldn't finish deliveries. So now, I deliver personally. No one goes hungry if I can."
You gonna order some real food though? Nigga, what the fuck? Uber Eats fire you and you out here punishing the fucking civilians. Nigga, go back at them niggas. Go at HQ, my nigga. You out here giving out New York rats to random people?
Help it. His smile dropped and he started reaching into the bag again. I don't know what came over me, but
Nigga finna give you seconds.
adrenaline kicked in. I sprinted into the bathroom and slammed the door shut, locking it just as he began pounding on it again. "Let me in! You haven't finished your meal!" he screamed. I backed into the corner, holding a curling iron like a weapon. The cops were on their way. They had to be. Within minutes, I could hear sirens. The man must have heard them too, because the pounding stopped. When the officers finally broke down the front door and found me, shaking in the bathroom, I ran into their arms, sobbing. But the man was gone. The only signs of his presence were the muddy footprints leading from the shattered kitchen window. He had entered through it earlier, shards of glass scattered across the floor. On the kitchen counter sat the same brown paper bag. Inside it was another offering, the rotting body of a dead possum, twisted
That's
like
so
roadkill,
fucking disgusting.
with a fork stabbed through its back. I don't live alone anymore. I moved cities and got a roommate, and even then, I still sleep with a bat next to my bed. Every time I hear a knock at the door or the chime of a food delivery notification, I freeze.
Wait a minute, they didn't catch that nigga? Oh no. Oh no. I ain't gonna lie, I don't think I would ever sleep peacefully at night knowing that that nigga's still out there. I'm so serious. I cannot sleep, nigga. He gotta be caught no matter what the cost is. And I don't care if innocent niggas gotta die, he gotta get caught. And there go Dizzy. What? Arrogant that nigga, but he's friendly. What? And there go Dizzy. Arrogant that nigga, but he's friendly.
Hold on, SODM. Hold on, SODM. Hold on, SODM.